Another week in America, another black man killed by the police. Lamont Scott was killed in Charlotte, North Carolina, just 4 days after Terence Crutcher was shot dead in Tulsa, Oklahoma. This came a week after 13-year-old Tyre King was killed in Columbus, Ohio. These deaths have become commonplace in the U.S. So what's it going to take to change the whole damn system once and for all? Here are 3 practical steps that can be taken right now. Training in the police academy differs from state to state, but according to the Bureau of Justice, on average, it's less than 6 months.
You can become a cop in 6 months and don't have to have the same amount of training as a cosmetologist.
And it's the less experienced younger cops who are involved in many of the shootings. Darren Wilson, the officer who shot and killed 18-year-old Michael Brown, was 28. Timothy Lohman, who killed 12-year-old Tamir Rice, was 26. But it's beyond how long new recruits are getting trained. It's about what that training includes. Is it humanizing or dehumanizing civilians? Step 2, demilitarization. Police departments across the country have received military-style training along with tanks, assault rifles, and high-tech surveillance technology, essentially Pentagon leftovers. And giving police officers these weapons may create an environment where civilians are treated as the enemy. A federal ban was put in place back in May 2015 that would prohibit the further transfer of certain militarized equipment to local police departments. But after the latest wave of police officer deaths, several law enforcement officials are now urging the White House to lift the ban. And ultimately, fighting police brutality is about accountability. More often than not, the law sides with police who use lethal force. When 25-year-old Freddie Gray died after riding unsecured in a police wagon, a state medical examiner ruled his death a homicide. But all charges against the officers involved were dropped. 43-year-old Eric Garner died when Officer Daniel Pantaleo placed him in a banned chokehold. Pantaleo wasn't indicted either. He's been on desk duty and even received a 20% pay increase over the last 2 years. So what does accountability look like? Well, how about more independent oversight committees that not only hold officers and departments accountable, but also help put together a national database on police violence, which, by the way, doesn't even exist. So how many more deaths will it take for meaningful reform to finally happen?